is a resume review of a data scientist. So this person does not know how many applications they've applied to, but they basically said nobody's responding back to them. We are looking for, as a data scientist, also I am a corporate recruiter, is R, Python, SQL, Cloud, Machine Learning, AI, Pandas, NumPy, Skibbity, whatever, learn, modeling, hypothesis testing, and experimental design, visualization tools such as Cassandra, Hadoop, Spark, Tableau, CI/CD, and explaining complex topics to non-technical stakeholders. So that is an awful lot. Do I need all of those? No, but I will need about 75% of them. So this person is also trying to hear back to see when they're going to get into a master's, but they're very confused about not hearing back from companies. So I will let you know, the hardest job search anybody will ever do is getting their first couple of years experience in their field. Even in a good economy, it's still tough. And let me tell you right now, this ain't a good economy. This economy is cooked. And that goes doubly so for people that are on visas. There's a lot of misinformation about visa candidates, but if you are on a visa, which I do not know, it's going to take you about 3 to 4 times as much applications to get the same amount of responses back. So if you're trying to get your first job with a visa, it's a nightmare. But let's see if this is the whatever issue. My brain. Still like 2 hours of sleep and I'm kind of sick and running on caffeine, so I'm going to miss some stuff. But let's see. So first off, formatting is off. Not huge, but again, you want this to be 2 lines. Yeah, 2 lines and nothing bolded. You want nothing bolded here. And let's actually look at the keywords. So automated uploading scan medical information. Don't care. Resolved communication between hospital staff according with hospital policy. That could be an okay sentence, but I don't really care for this yet. Like, this is where you could actually switch to complex topics for technical stakeholders, but it's not there. Handle hospital patient telephone. Okay, nothing here I really care about. And again, please use this formatting. It's down below. You can also submit your resume for free if anybody else wants their resume reviewed. That is what I do. You can also catch me live on Twitch at headlessheadhunter at twitch.com. Darn it, whatever. The link's below. It's the Twitch link. That's where I do these live. I will remember that one day. I'm just scanning this real quick, and there's nothing here. Again, nothing here. Created a pure VPI. Okay, so here's the most important part of your resume. People say, oh, Lee, what's the most important? Like, do you need 2 years, 1 year, 3 years experience? How many pages? The answer to that is the first half. What you see on screen right here is the most important part of your resume, is the first half. Everything else is gravy. I don't know if that translates, is extra credit. But what I need to see is here. This needs to be your skills, right? I need to see the keywords, which are qualifications. I need to see those in the first half. I don't see any of these. None of them. I don't. If you scroll all the way down here, you'll see a couple, but it's kind of just a blob of skills and projects. I need to see skills under projects or work experience. So this resume fails on both a formatting and a keyword based, and that's why you're not getting any interviews. Not just because it's a tough market. It is. It's a nightmare. Don't let anybody convince you this market is not garbage. But it's already hard enough to get a job, but this resume is not doing you any favors. Even if you had a couple of years experience, I don't think it would work. So remember, what I'm looking for is this stuff. If it's not in the job description, I don't care. So what you want to do is you want to look at a bunch of job descriptions, get the keywords from there under the qualifications, and use those to remake your resume for specifically a data scientist. And these are the ones that I looked up. I probably need to update this list, but for now it should be sufficient. So if I don't see this, I don't care. And this is not like, I'm being mean. It's just like, companies hire for very specific needs. It's nice that you did a database of venture capital firms, but I need to know that you used SQL. I need to know that you did modeling test. It's kind of like going to order a coffee and you're like, I would like a coffee with a splash of caramel, and they say, all right, here's your steak sandwich, and you're like, cool, that's not what I ordered. I'm not going to eat a steak sandwich this early in the morning. So hope that metaphor made sense. Let's go to the next resume. And again, I'm trying to be cruel, to be kind. I want everybody to get jobs. I make more money in a good market too, so I want the market to be better. I just want this to be the harshest review you've ever gotten. So, next resume. This is a resume of a full stack dev. So what we're going to be looking for is a full stack dev, which again, thank you so much for telling me you're full stack. It allows me to actually get the keywords and qualifications up before I review this, which is like 80% of the grade here. So thank you. We're going to be looking for TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, SQL, React.js, API REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, and then bonus points for architecture, actual language, and Git. Ideally, Python. Ideally, you want TypeScript and Python, but sometimes one can qualify for the other in a lot of job descriptions. So let's see. This person has a 100-to-1 ratio, which is not great. Yeah, it's not good. They didn't leave me anything else. It just takes 100 application to get an interview. We really want to knock that down to maybe like 1 in 50. 1 in 50 is a very good, I would say rule of thumb is if you're getting an interview per every 1 in 50, your resume is okay. So could it be better? Yes, but it could also be a lot worse. So let's see if they meet these qualifications. So formatting off, but again, not massive. I really do want people to fix the formatting. There should not be lines between these. I don't know why the lines keep going. Just it being bolded is enough. There should be a little bit of a space. And this, oh, okay. This and this need to be italicized, not bolded. But again, I'd rather have good bullet points than good formatting. Hopefully we can have both. So developed, it should be, it should be past tense even if you're still there. It just flows better. Everything should be past tense in your resume. So, developed user-related features and REST API using Nest.js and TypeScript, focusing on personal experience. Okay, so Nest.js was not a common one. Is it JavaScript? Yes, but it's also not, and the recruiter may not know that. So, ideally, I don't think Nest.js is going to be a keyword. And I think you switched the order around. I think this should be TypeScript, JavaScript, and CSS would be ideal, and then you can go into the other stuff. So we also want SQL. Yeah, the fact that there's not a space and this is not italicized is making it a little hard to read. So worked with a 7-person team in an agile environment, participating in sprint code reviews and feature discussion. This is fine. Honestly, this is pretty solid. March. I know this has barely been a month. I'd still prefer another bullet point. Ideally, you want about 3 bullet points per job minimum, or project or internship, but that one's okay. I just want a little bit more. Not much more, a little bit more, but overall that's okay. Designed and implemented a React Native mobile app, again, okay. Collaborative 5-person team over load time. This doesn't really get you anything. I think this could be deleted. Again, I see React. I saw TypeScript. I saw API. Those are good. But that's 3. I need SQL. I need Cloud. Sorry, 4. You did have Agile. I need Cloud. I need JavaScript, CSS, HTML. I need Node. I need Angular. I need Next.js. So solid though. You're definitely on the right track. Managed by Best Notification, React.js, okay, and Flask. I don't know if Flask is really as needed. So yeah, you're just missing a couple of keywords. I'd say you have about like 50 I don't know why it's not letting me highlight this. You have about 50% of what I want here, and I want to bump that up to about 75%. Because again, you don't need all of this, but you do need about 75%, especially this line and this line. So, and then projects, I mean, realistically, they may not even go down that far. I don't see anything I need either. So yeah, your formatting is a bit of an issue, and you just don't have enough keywords, which is why you're getting 100 to 1, which again, that's like a D-, but you failed, but you didn't fail by a ton. You know, like, I don't think it'll take you too long to fix it. And I think the fact that you have about 50% of what they're looking for, and you're getting about 100 to 1 is showcasing why it's important to do that, is because if you had more and you fix the formatting, you'd have a much easier time of landing a position. So, again, I don't want to be like, oh, worst resume ever, grrr, recruiter hate, but it's not good, but it like barely fails. So, to summarize, you need more of the top line and the line I'm highlighting right here in this. So we need more of this, and we need more of, is this going to let me do it? This right here, those are going to be more along with Cloud. And we need to fix the formatting to make it like this. You were very close to my formatting, but not quite. So, And again, do they have other stuff below this? Yes, but I don't really care. Most recruiters are only going to spend about 15 seconds on your resume. That's all the time we physically get, unless you're in a very good market, in which case we will spend 2 minutes to deeply search for that, but IT is not one of them. Also, this should be 2 lines. Yeah, 2 lines. So, oh wait, are you doing internships? Or are you looking for a full-time job? I mean, this is still a solid one regardless. I think it would kind of work for both. So, collaborating with a team is still, you could write that better. So anyway, long story short, it fails, but not by a tremendous amount. Should take you like 2 hours max to fix it, and then you should be golden. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a machine learning engineer. Now, they wanted specifically research focus, but I don't know if I could find the research focus enough. So take these with a little bit of a grain of salt. They haven't started applying yet, but they wanted some critiques before they do. So honestly, I would say just apply when you can. Even a bad resume can sometimes get lucky. It's on the case. So, but what we're going to be looking for machine learning, which not research focus, I didn't get the keywords for research focus. This is just machine learning in general, is your degree. That you have ML, LLM, NLP, or AI. Ideally, you kind of want all of those. Python is the most common language. CAD, CFD, FEA, SQL, and Cloud. This is nice to have. I would say these are more important, so the SQL and Cloud. This should be Git, not Guilt. CI/CD, TensorFlow, PyTorch, SkibbityLearn, Pandas, NumPy, Keras. I will always hate IT terms, but these were important. And that you had a customer-facing or stakeholder clients. So basically, you can talk to people. This is not necessarily going to be a engineer that sits away and codes in a dark corner. They want you to be able to talk to other managers, clients, and stakeholders. Again, nothing crazy, just that you have been out of the light of day of your monitor, and model performance. So formatting-wise, not great, but again, I'd rather, like I've always say, I'd rather have better bullets than better formatting, although hopefully we can have both. So again, follow this. This is what I want. It should look this boring and basic. Boring is basic is what we want. That is what gets you a interview. So, let's see. Pioneered a comprehensive LLM. So, most likely the person does know that LLM is large language model, but ideally what I want to see is it written out large language model, and then in parentheses put LLM. That way, in case it's a non-technical person reviewing your resume first, they understand that LLM is large language model, because if a manager says, hey, I'm looking for a large language model, and you just see LLM, they may not see it. Hopefully they do know the difference, but you don't want to hope, right? You want to make sure that you can reduce all the points of failure at your resume. So do the same with ML, which is machine learning. So also put machine learning, ML. Pioneered. So this one I need to know what this is, but this is not a terrible one. Again, you just need to write out LLM and ML first time to teach them that. Improved pipeline consistency and reliability, research prompt. If you're looking for research in particular, maybe this is okay, but again, I wasn't able to find research in particular, so I'm going to give that one a pass. Boosted model evaluation, model performance would count, robustness by integrating quantitative, which drove a 15 accurate, directed a 6-person team, data points, this is okay actually, again, and here you would have NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. It's been a bit since I had an NLP role, so it's important to actually, again, write it out for the first time, and then you can put ML. All right, so these are not bad bullet points. The problem is they are kind of all the same, right? We have all of these are going to be in this little section. That's good. I want to see this, but I need to see Python. I need to see Cloud. I need to see SQL. I need to see CI/CD. I need to see any of these. Again, Skibbity, whatever, Learn, Pandas, Crocodile, I don't know. They have weird names, but I want to see some of those in particular. And that's kind of what I'm missing. So is it a bad resume? No. Will it work? Maybe. Probably not, because I think it's still a very competitive market. But I don't think it's going to take you too long to fix this. I need more, right? I need more keywords. You can't just have this. This is basically all you have and model performance. I need the rest of these, okay? So your formatting's off. Again, please follow this. It should look basic and boring like this. And then I need more of those keywords in this. But again, it's not terrible. I like how you wrote these out. You just are missing a lot of stuff, because it may be the manager is going to be picking, say, yeah, we need a machine learning engineer, and the recruiter sends them to an interview, and the manager goes, yeah, but they don't have skibbity learn or whatever, so we're going to pass, right? Or the manager's like, I only have room for one. The recruiter sent two, and they're like, all right, let's do the one with skibbity learn. So you need these things in. I hate IT terms. IT terms are made up, and they are the bane of my existence. But you need more. All right, you need more than this. And remember, this goes for everybody, not just AI engineers. If there is an acronym that is common in your industry, do not assume the recruiter knows what it is, or the manager. So what you do is you write it out first, and then put it in parentheses, the acronym, and then for the rest of the resume, use the acronym. As an example, ATS means applicant tracking system. If I wrote that in my resume, I would say applicant tracking system, parentheses, ATS, and then anytime I would use that, I would just use ATS for the rest of the resume. So again, this resume doesn't pass, but not by a ton. I just need more. And again, I need it in the first half. First half is the most important. So formatting and more keywords, and I think you're going to be solid. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a full stack software engineer. They have about 150 to 1 ratio, which ain't good. Again, we want a little bit different. Now, the thing is, they did say they are an international. So as a general rule, if you are an international student looking to get a full-time job, you're going to have to triple how many applications. I wish there was a nicer way to say it, but like 1 in 100, 1 in 20 could be your goal. It's just brutal. It's very, very, very hard to get sponsorship and get those first year's experience. So what we're going to be looking for full stack is TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, SQL, React.js, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functional, and bonus points for architecture, extra language. So your formatting is off. Your formatting is off here. Not a terrible amount. So remember, I want this formatting. It's boring. It's basic. The more boring your resume, the better your chance. Okay. This should be 1 line. I don't think this needs to be 3 lines. I think this can safely be 1 line. Also, only bold none of this. Then none of this needs to be bolded. So, and this should be 1 line. Also, they are in chat right now, so I'm going to, after this, tell them how to fix it. So, develop 4+ features. I don't know if you need to say 4+. You can just say developed features with React, Node.js, and AWS. Okay, so this is nice. I like AWS and I like Node, but I really, the one I want to see first is this stuff. This is the stuff I want to see first, and AWS. So, ideally, I want to see TypeScript, Python, and then maybe Node, and then AWS, and then the next one we have that. This, I don't like, I don't care, I don't have anything here. Built customer journey features to track clickstream data using Redux and DynamoDB. I don't think those are going to be keywords. Yes, DynamoDB could be, but I don't think it's common. And marketing ROI, they may not even know what ROI is, which I assume is return on investment, but again, I don't really care about that. Created a HTML to PDF using AWS is solid. I don't think people are going to care about Lambda. Using third-party, okay. Again, I don't care about 15K PDFs daily. Redesign, again. So there's only like... Okay, so here's part of the problem. In these 4 sentences, I have seen Node, React, AWS. That's good. That's very good. And API. And maybe HTML. I don't know if that counts as much. So maybe 5. I need to see more. Where's the TypeScript? Where's the Python? Where's the CSS? Where's the JavaScript? Where's the Next.js? Where's the SQL? Where's the Cloud? No, you did have Cloud. You have AWS. That was Cloud. I just don't have enough. Automated by using Excel. This one's actually okay. Built to proof concept. I have been API. Again, you have so many with API, you don't need this. Engineered in CI Jenkins. This is okay. So this person also said that this resume is a new one, which had updated feedback from engineers in big tech. Don't. Engineers have, on average, pretty bad resumes. I would not fully trust a In fact, weirdly enough, the better the engineer, possibly the worst resume. I would not really trust their advice on this. This is not terrible, but again, you're going for you're an international student, and it's going to be way harder. So I need more. Yeah, and I don't see it here either. JavaScript, Node, this needs to be here. I like Node.js, but they're never going to go this far down. So yeah, your keywords are off. You have a lot of perfunctory ones. Am I using that word right? You have a lot of ones that don't matter. So again, it's not horrible. A lot of times people say, oh my God, it says this is trash. No, the problem is your competition is very, very steep. If this was 2018, you would probably be okay with this resume. But right now you've got a horde of people just graduating. It's very overcrowded, and you're international, which is worse. So your chances are real bad with this. So I need these. These are the keys to getting a job. And I don't really like how you wrote these. So people assume you need to brag, and that is not the case. I need to know what you did, which is the keyword or qualification. I need to know how you did it and why you did it. Is that why a brag? Doesn't have to be. That's it. Now, again, the ones where you did have the keywords were actually written good, written well, written correctly, whatever. Written pretty well. It's just you don't have enough of them. So, like, I actually did like replacing Excel worksheets using Python that saved 10 plus hours weekly. This is fine, but I need a little more. So I like, and here you can't just say using Python, maybe using Python, HTML, and CSS. So you just don't have enough. You have, that's kind of thing, is you just don't have enough. And I'm pretty sure you did it. So that's it for this review. This is a software engineer intern. They let me know they have about 100 to 1. And they are actively looking for software engineer internships. They've had one OA and one hiring manager. What is OA? Okay. Around so far with their old resume, and about 100 plus applications. So this may be 150 to 1. This is an updated resume with follows your template. Hopefully more interviews. Good. I want to try to make sure you get more interviews. So, what we're going to be looking for a software engineer intern. This is a master's intern. Okay, you're going to need a little bit more than this. Master's interns are kind of different than bachelor's interns, except when they're not. It's confusing. So we want a knowledge of the tech stack. I also want to know that you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. So this should be one line. I don't think you, in the skibbity, I don't think you need this to be 2 lines. You should definitely keep your GPA, but I think you could fit this in 1. Again, you do want city and state. It is important. And then software engineer, product-based company. Okay. Collaborate in a team of 4 developers in agile environment to AWS using cloud, Java, Spring Boot, and Python. That's actually solid. Leveraged. I hate the word leveraged. Used AWS, Lambda, Spring Boot, and REST. Okay, I think this is Java, which I don't have the keywords offhand, unfortunately. But this does read at least like a Java engineer. Idle AWS, so CI/CD. Yeah, these are okay. I think these are solid. Is there something I'm missing in particular? SQL we have. Okay, so here's the thing, is this is a little too broad. So this might actually be too many keywords. Also, I don't care about the technical skill section. It doesn't really matter because I need to see how these are used. So here's kind of the issue is I want you to focus on what these interns' job descriptions say. So I don't know if I need a Ubuntu 3 script or EC2 or S3. Maybe we do, some companies may, but not always. And is Docker going to be needed? Depends. So there's a lot of like XML to JSON. Also don't know if I need. So here's what I want you to do, because I wasn't able to fully look up the keywords. First off, formatting, almost love it. I don't need this section. Formatting otherwise though is okay. Also, you should put your location if you're applying to on-site roles. The issue is this is going to be very specific keywords that I wasn't able to look up beforehand. So I want you to look at about 10 internships you've applied to or have applied to, okay? And what I want you to do is compare the skills they're asking under the must-have, qualification, or needs section. And if it's not under those sections, I don't care. It's possible they may not care about EC2 and S3 or IM RDS. And when you're trying to find one thing here, it can be very difficult to find what we're looking for. Now, again, your formatting's clear, which means it's easier. So is this resume bad? No, I don't want people to think it's a bad resume. It's just a very crowded market and internships are really tough. And I think there is some extraneous stuff. So unlike most times, I think you need to take out some keywords. I want you to find what is necessary in those job descriptions, because like I don't care if it's not in there, right? So remember, you're not customizing this to the job itself. You're doing it to the job title. So take a lot of job titles. Take 10 job titles of stuff that you've applied to, look through those, and find the commonality of those keywords. Because it's very possible you're adding a bunch of extra stuff here. Again, there's also a lot of numbers. You've reduced them, which I think is good. It's just, this is a lot and they may miss it. So be very, very, very clear with your job title you're going for, in which case it would be a software engineer intern. So it is a little tough, but like, what are they actually asking you for? Because if it's not in the job description, they don't care. It doesn't matter if you are the greatest at maintaining GDPR compliance. If that's not in the job description, that's extra. So take a look at about 10 job descriptions that you meet, copy those words down, and make sure you have about 80% of those keywords, 75 to 90% of those keywords. So formatting, almost perfect. And again, I don't want people to think this resume is garbage. It's not. It definitely can get stuff. So it's a lot clearer. I just want to make it easier for you to get stuff, right? We're going from maybe a 1 to 75 to a 1 to 50 by making those changes. So those numbers are off the top of my head. I am the Headless Headhunter. and I will see you all in the next video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or stop by my Twitch chat at, am I going to get this right? No, it doesn't start with my name. It starts at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. I am here to help. I want to be a recruiter that works for y'all. So next video.